Hello?
Yeah, Shivram there?
Yes, Yoran speaking.
Yeah, hi Shivram. Siddharth here from Yes Technology.
Yes, you can tell me.
So, yeah, I think your interview schedule right now. So, it is the good time. Can we continue right now?
Yes, we can go ahead. May I know your name, please?
Siddharth.
Sorry?
Siddharth Sharma.
No, still I didn't get it.
Siddharth Sharma.
Siddharth Sharma.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Siddharth.
Okay. So, Shivram, we continue with your introduction. Like, can you tell me about your past experience, like where you're working right now and what's your day-to-day responsibility there, along with which organization you worked and which technology you have hands-on and all these things.
Okay. So, I have 5 years of experience as a Devops engineer. Okay. My current company is like a Nailsoft Limited. It's currently in Pune. Okay. And also I have previously I worked for different projects. Okay. Like a netback company in that through that company. Overall, in my 5 years of experience, I have worked on different tools like version control systems, Bitbucket, we'll call it as now Stash, and Git, TFS, okay, CVS version control system I have worked on. The builder tools Ant and Maven mainly I have worked on this one. So right now mainly I'm working on the Maven builder tool. And also artifact repositories Nexus and JFrog, application servers, WebSphere, Liberty Profile, and Wildfire, Tomcat I have worked on. That continuous integration tools I have worked on, that Jenkins and mainly Jenkins I have worked on. Travis CI initial projects I have worked on, but now mainly I'm working on Jenkins. The deployment tools Urban Code Deploy and Ansible I use. Monitoring tools mainly New Relic tool I have used. So all these tools and the configurations I have done in that in the Linux operating systems. So I am very good in Linux commands administration part, and I have written different shell scripts for automating the daily jobs. Yeah, I am very good in shell scripting also. Coming to roles and responsibilities for newly onboarded projects from scratch, I am configuring all the configurations, creating the administration in the GitHub, creating the new repositories, teams, adding the resources to that particular team, providing the access to team to that repositories. Okay. And for already existing projects, I am doing supporting. And for whoever newly onboarded resources into my team, I am a senior person. I am giving the knowledge transformation, what we are following the standards. Okay. If they are lack of technologies, okay, whatever, I'm giving the training for them also. Yeah, these are my mainly roles.
Okay. So, any kind of public cloud you have worked on, like AWS or GCP and other things?
Yes, I have worked on, but we are not using. We are just with my personal interest. I have learned on that one. I'm very good in IBM Cloud. Yeah. So we are using the IBM Cloud. So we are not get a chance to work on that AWS. But I know that these things.
Okay, fine. And so, like, which cloud you have learned yourself, like Google Cloud or Amazon?
Both I know. Google Cloud and Amazon both I have learned myself, but I didn't get a chance to work on that one. But I am extensively working on IBM Cloud.
Okay. So can you explain me the one pipeline have you created using Jenkins and other things?
Okay. So if you want to create any pipeline, first we want the repository, the source version control repository details we want. So my current project were in the GitHub. So I took that GitHub repository. For that one, developer has written the build script, Maven build script. So I took that detail. So already in my Jenkins, we have configured the Maven, okay, and integrated the Sonar key and the email feature also we have configured. So I took that Jenkins, the GitHub repository URL. As soon as if you log in into the Jenkins dashboard, in the left side you will see a new item. Click on that one. Give the job name, that is whatever the job name you want. After that, select that version control system as a Git. Give that version
Mm-hmm.
control system URL, repository URL. So if you select the type of the job is like, suppose I have selected the freestyle. So it will ask the branch name also. After giving that repository URL, it will by default it will take a branch name as the master branch. So if you want to do the build for other branch, you can give that branch name also. Then after that you can select. So this is for Maven project. So invoke the Maven top level goals and select that one. Give that whatever the goals you want to execute that particular project. Suppose MVN clean deploy. So we are using the deploy because we integrated the Nexus repository to with the Jenkins. As soon as the build is done, it will saving that artifacts into the Nexus repository. So after that, we have integrated urban code deploy. So automatically it's deploying to that Liberty profile. So here, as soon as the build started, first it will run all the JUnit test cases. Once the JUnit test cases are passed, then it's doing the build. Suppose if the JUnit test cases are failed, the build is failing, and it will send a mail to the status mail to all the recipients who are there in that. So like that, I have created for different projects, freestyle and Maven style, and this one pipeline, multi-branch pipeline, different kinds of jobs I have created, and I have
Okay.
enabled that pool SCM. So for a dev environment, as soon as the developer has committed the code into that GitHub any repository, automatically that Jenkins will trigger and it will take the latest code from the GitHub. Okay, and it will take doing the build and it's applying into that whatever that target environment.
Okay. And like if we come on DevOps tool like Puppet, Chef, so how many tools you have experienced on, like how many tools you have out there?
Okay, I have extensively worked on Urban Code Apply and Ansible I have worked on.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And if we come to like any HashiCorp tools like Terraform and
Yes,
any other
yes,
coders and
HashiCorp tools I have used just for practice. Vagrant I have used and that packaging and also the Terraform. Just I didn't get a chance to work on the Terraform and all, but that HashiCorp tools I have used this one.
hmm.
Just for
Okay.
practice purpose I have used it, but I didn't get a chance to work on those things.
Okay. Okay. So like if we talk about Linux administration, how much you will rate yourself on a scale 1 to 5 in Linux to yourself?
Yeah, I can give 4 out of 5. I can give the 4 rating.
Okay. And on a scripting side, which language you will prefer to script?
Preferably, the my preferred shell scripting language is shell scripting, but I know the
Mhm.
basics of the Groovy also
Okay.
because in the Jenkins file we are using that Groovy script for building the customization build.
Okay. 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 So which engine of Ruby you have worked on?
Groovy or Ruby?
Yeah. Which engine of Ruby you have worked on? Puma or
Ruby, I
Unicorn?
didn't Groovy, Grovy,
Ruby.
Groovy.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
not Ruby.
I okay. Okay. Okay.
Groovy I have worked on.
Mm-hmm. So I'm only curious about that cloud thing. Like, actually, we are looking anyone you have expertise on cloud also.
Okay, which cloud specifically?
Like we are preferring GCP here, Google Cloud.
Google Cloud. Okay. So yeah, I started 1 month back. I'm going through because if we have any requirement, so that as per that requirement, we can go ahead and we can start that implementation. Right now, what
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing, as per my understanding, I'm all the practicing. If it is really requirement, definitely I can implement.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay. And okay. So we'll start with like okay. So like any other services you have heard on like AWS or GCP, any other tools or any other resources of this cloud you have little bit
But
of
I
experience
know
on
that
it?
pivotal also I know little bit. Okay, predicts just I gone through that one, but because I'm using currently mainly an IBM cloud this one. So just for
Okay.
other cloud services, just I gone through that one. What is the other different cloud solutions are there? So now
Mm-hmm.
mainly I'm focusing on Google Cloud and AWS.
Okay, 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 fine, fine, fine. So okay, so like on Linux thing, you have worked on Ansible also?
Yes, yes, I have worked on Ansible.
Okay. So one mixing scenario I'm giving to you.
Hmm.
So on Linux and shell scripting and on Ansible. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Like we will create a playbooks and groups in Ansible if you right.
Yes, correct.
So I have a group of 10 application servers in my playbook.
Okay.
Okay. And on that 10 application server, I have one config file.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So in that config file, I need to change line number 89.
Mm-hmm.
So how can I do that using Ansible? So I don't need to go in each and every instance and change that line manually. So how I can utilize that Ansible power so I can change that particular line on all servers in one shot.
Okay. So for this purpose only the Ansible came into the picture. So in this Ansible, using Ansible, even 100 nodes also at a time we can do any configurations we can do. How it will be happen. So for whatever the 100 are, you mentioned 10 servers, all the 10 servers that particular IP address or host names, you can put it into one file called as inventory file. So there you can put it like you can group that IP addresses also. So that Ansible server it will connect to that whatever that mentioned in the inventory file automatically it will connect and it will configure that particular line whatever you mentioned. So how it will connect? That is so through SSH connection mechanism. Even through SSH connection mechanisms, first we have to make that passwordless communication between Ansible server and the nodes, whatever that remote servers. How we will do? First, you have to use some Linux commands like ssh-keygen. Using that command, you can generate that SSH key, public key, and using that ssh-copy ID command, you can copy that into the remote servers. So that from Ansible server to it will without password. First time it will ask that while copying that one. Okay, it will
Yeah,
while
that
copying.
configuration, yeah, Srinath, that configuration is fine. I am just asking that what, like, that configuration in connection is fine. Between
Okay,
all connection is already there between all the 10 servers and my
okay,
Ansible master and all
okay,
those things. Like,
okay,
what command I need to fire and what thing I need to make the changes immediately
okay.
so I can change that line.
So already you have written one playbook. In that playbook, you have mentioned that the host and the group name you have mentioned. Suppose the particular group, suppose app servers. In that app server group, you have added all the 10 host names in the inventory file. So now we have to invoke that playbook from the Ansible server. Just Ansible-playbook is a command. Okay, and give that playbook name. And give that playbook name Ansible-playbook. The playbook name you can give automatically. What it will do, whatever the in the inventory file, okay, which is there for in that all the host names, it will do whatever you have mentioned the task which you have written in that playbook. Suppose I have written one playbook and we are not using the default inventory file for my project. So what I'm doing, the playbook in Ansible-playbook hyphen I'm giving the inventory file path because we are dedicatingly we are created one inventory file for my project. So Ansible-playbook hyphen I, okay. Then I'm giving that playbook so that whatever the host names or IP addresses which we mentioned in that particular inventory file, in that all that servers, whatever the playbook we have written in the task, it will execute.
Okay, fine. Yeah, that is fine. Okay, and if you come and talk about Jenkins, so like you explained, you created that pipeline using Jenkins and that Maven and build tool.
Hmm.
So any exposure on JFrog and any other artifactories?
It's close. Sorry, I'm not getting.
JFrog Artifactory?
Yes, JFrog Artifactory, and we have used that Nexus also. Both I have worked on.
Oh, okay. So like in JFrog, like right now I am facing one issue. We have just started exploring that JFrog, some of our requirements. So if we are uploading manually some build using JFrog, so it's throwing some kind of error like upload failed. So what is the main reason? Can you explain me what should be the main reason for that thing?
Maybe you didn't integrated that JFrog with the Jenkins properly. While integrating.
No, we are uploading manually, not from Jenkins.
Okay. So the bit tray one option is there. So if you want to integrate that one, first you have to get that bit tray, that integration key, key, and you have to register in that Jenkins. So that then only it will upload. And so right now we are using that Pro version. So for Pro versions only they will give that option to create that token. So that only we can, for Pro versions only we can able to upload that artifacts into that JFrog.
Okay, fine. Okay. Any explosives you have on Puppet or Chef?
Puppet I didn't, but Chef a little bit I know, but I didn't even go through that much. Just I know that like in Ansible playbook will write that playbooks, right? There's like Chef books will the concept knife and all, but I didn't go through, even I didn't execute any programs using that Chef. But if it is you really requirement for in your organization, definitely I will go and within a week I can explore.
Okay. And any worked on any hands-on on Docker and container?
Yes. Docker. I am very good in Docker. I have created a Docker files and converted Docker images and created the Kubernetes. I have deployed in the Kubernetes in the IBM Cloud.
So all the things you have deployed where means on IBM Cloud only or AWS or GCP?
Yes, IBM Cloud mainly. I am using IBM Cloud. That's why. So AWS just for practice. Whatever I'm doing in the IBM Cloud, I'm same concepts I'm implementing, because in outside market it's like they're asking AWS and Google Cloud. So that's why I'm started exploring on this one. See, if we are using one cloud solution, that is also not a open source IBM Cloud. We don't have a chance to use another cloud services.
Yeah, I can understand.
That's why that is the problem.
Okay, Shivram, I think I'm done from my side.
Okay.
So, you have any questions from me?
Okay, I have just one small question. What kind of profile we are looking? What kind of technologies you are expecting from my side?
So actually I thought you already having job description with you. So we are looking like first our preference will be Google Cloud, and apart from that, as you have a knowledge on Jenkins and Kubernetes and all these things, Devops tools.
Yes.
So that will be a plus point for us.
Okay.
And apart from that, as you have knowledge on Ruby also. And artifactories and build tool also. So that kind of mixture profile we are looking for.
Yeah, very good. So if you are really looking at Google Cloud, definitely I can explore, and within 1 week I will become expert.
Okay. Not yet.
If you give a chance.
Sure, definitely. Okay, Shivram.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Nice to talk with you.
Welcome.